Hello there, I'm Alex, your host again. Welcome back to the Stock and Tech Academy channel. Today, we'll talk about a big topic that often causes worry: recessions. But instead of just focusing on the negatives, we're going to explore how to profit from a recession with a simple guide specifically designed for beginners. We'll break down what a recession actually is and look at practical strategies to navigate these economic times wisely. Heard the news lately? Words like recession can sound pretty scary, can't they? You see stock markets dipping, hear about businesses struggling, and naturally, people start worrying about their jobs and their hard-earned savings. It definitely feels like a time to panic, right? The uncertainty can be unsettling. But let's break it down. What is a recession really? Simply put, it's when the whole economy, the system of making, buying, and selling stuff, slows down quite a bit for a while. Think of it like the economy taking a much-needed breather, or maybe catching a bit of a cold. Businesses make less stuff because people are buying less, which unfortunately means some people might lose jobs, and folks generally tighten their belts and spend less money. It usually needs to last for several months before experts officially call it a recession. Now it's easy to get confused, so don't mix up recession with inflation. Inflation is when prices generally go up and your money doesn't stretch as far as it used to, like needing way more cash for the same weekly groceries. A recession, on the other hand, is more about less overall business happening and less spending across the board. It's about the volume of activity shrinking. Sometimes these two things happen together, making things feel extra tricky, but today, we're focusing just on getting through a recession. Okay, let's be real. Recessions are tough, no doubt about it. But believe it or not, for people investing with an eye on the future, they can actually offer unexpected opportunities. Why? Because when the economy slows down and fear takes hold, the prices of good, solid investments can drop temporarily, sometimes significantly. Think of it like your favorite high-quality store having a big, unexpected sale, a chance to get something valuable for less. So, strategy number one, focus on quality. Look for strong, reliable companies or assets. Think about businesses that have a history of doing well, don't owe mountains of money, and sell things people always need, even when times are tough, like food producers or essential utilities. During a recession, their share prices, the cost to buy a small piece of the company, might drop just because everything else is dropping. This could be a chance to buy into these solid companies cheaper than usual. The absolute key here is thinking long-term. You're not buying for next week. You're investing for the eventual recovery and the growth over many years ahead. Strategy 2 is a classic. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. In investing, we call this diversification. It simply means spreading your money around different types of investments. Maybe some shares in different kinds of companies, tech, healthcare, consumer goods, maybe some bonds, or perhaps other things depending on your comfort level. Why? Because different investments react differently to economic changes. If one area struggles, your other investments might hold up better, reducing your overall risk. It's about not betting everything on just one horse. Strategy 3 involves a technique called dollar cost averaging. It sounds fancy, but the idea is simple. Invest the same fixed amount of money at regular intervals, say every month, no matter if the market is up or down. When prices are low during a recession, your fixed amount automatically buys more pieces or shares of the investment. When prices eventually go higher, that same amount buys fewer pieces. This averages out your purchase cost over time and, importantly, takes the emotion and guesswork out of trying to perfectly time the market, which is nearly impossible. Strategy 4 has two parts. First, keep some cash readily available. Having an emergency fund, enough money set aside to cover essential living costs for a few months, is extra important when the economy is shaky and jobs might be less secure. Plus, having some cash ready means you can confidently act if those great investment opportunities we talked about pop up. Second, think about investing in yourself. If you have any extra time during a slowdown, use it to learn new skills, get a certification, or improve your knowledge. This makes you more valuable in the job market, boosting your confidence and career options. And now for perhaps the most important strategy, though sometimes the hardest: be patient. Deep breaths. Investing, especially when navigating tough times like a recession, isn't about getting rich quick. It's about strategic positioning for growth later on. History shows us that economies move in cycles. Downturns and recessions are eventually followed by periods of recovery and growth. The key is to stay calm, stick to your well-thought-out plan, and resist the urge to panic and sell your investments just because things look gloomy temporarily. So, let's quickly recap the game plan. First, understand what a recession actually is and what it isn't, like inflation. Second, adjust your mindset to look for potential opportunities even when things seem down. Third, focus on buying quality investments for the long haul when they might be cheaper. Fourth, spread your money around different investments. Diversify. Fifth, consider investing a fixed amount regularly using dollar-cost averaging. Sixth, keep some cash handy for emergencies and opportunities, and invest in your own skills. And finally, above all, practice patience. Recessions always pass, and smart preparation combined with steady, calm action can help you navigate the storm and potentially come out stronger financially in the long run. Stay informed, keep learning, and always consider seeking professional advice tailored specifically to your own situation. You've got this. I really hope this helped clear things up about getting started with investing. If it did, hitting that like button really helps others find this video too. Share it if you know someone asking these same questions, and subscribe so you don't miss our next video breaking down more investing basics. See you next time.